Down in the swamp where the gators creep, there's an alligator and an owl digging in deep. Georgie and Coop on the mic they stay, breaking down cases in their own kind of way. Big cup of coffee, Coop's got the facts. Georgie's taking notes, ain't holding back. From shady attorneys to courtroom lies, they pull receipts, expose the disguise. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Late night streams, deep in the case, judge rolling eyes at the lawyer disgrace. Coop shakes his head, man, this ain't right. Georgie's laughing hard, he's losing the fight. Breaking it down, no fluff, just facts. They keep it 100, no turning back. From perjury papers to courtroom schemes, they crack the code, exposing the themes. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Some folks hate, but they ain't gonna stop. Goon Squad strong, taking it to the top. With every stream, another truth unfolds. No fake news, just stories told. From big nose lawyers to blue bucket queens, they seen it all, know what it means. Staying on point, exposing the lies. Georgie and Coop got truth in their eyes. So pull up a chair, grab you a seat. Another case down, ain't missing a beat. When the court's adjourned and the stories break, you know who to watch, no room for the fake.
Hey, good morning, Georgie.
Good morning, Coopy. Good morning, chat.
Yeah, buddy. Miss Mercedes, what are you talking about, young lady? I don't have any idea about fixing my time. What time am I supposed to fix?
It says live in 24 hours. Are you referring to tomorrow's stream?
That's tomorrow's stream, young lady.
Tomorrow will be the last day of us doing the hour early. Monday we'll be back to our normal time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I'm the problem child.
It ain't no problem. I understand. At least you're coming on. I mean, you could have just said, piss on it. I'm taking vacation. See you when I get back. Good morning,
Yeah.
Carol. Good morning, Carol. How are you? Pastor walking in the front door. Miss Mercedes.
Miss Carol.
Yeah, that's the one for tomorrow. It's pre-scheduled ahead of time, Mercedes.
Yeah, we have it pre-scheduled.
Yeah. Which is cool. Get it out of the way so we don't have to worry about it at the last minute. Tracy, what's happening? No soup for you, Mercedes.
See, Mercedes isn't the only one that went over there to the other one. Miss Tammy did too. Thank you, Rick, for the $2 super chat. It's appreciated. I was going to say something and I forgot what I was going to say.
That's about normal. Yeah, buddy.
It is a beautiful day. It's kind of chilly this morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Steven. How you doing? Master Paul's in the house. I don't know, Miss Tammy. I don't know. I had this one scheduled. Huh?
I said this one should have showed up on my side.
What's that?
the stream. Oh, as a reminder, chat, Tuesdays and Thursdays is Gavel to Gravel. The rest of the days is our regular morning streams. Rick said, leave no coop behind. Thank you, Rick.
Now, for a lot of you guys in the chat that don't realize, this is streaming on two different platforms. This is streaming on Georgie and this is streaming on myself. Although we're one show, we're streaming in two houses. Just to let you guys know. Georgie doing this good thing. Yep.
Yeah, forgetting what I was going to say. Yeah. That's okay. Coop mutes his stuff and forgets he's muted. So he pulls Georgie moments. I pull Coop moments.
We just doing our thing. Our thing. Oh, man. I'll be glad when the fish tank clears back up so I can start streaming Mama's fish again. I don't want to stream it with that ugly little fog in it. I mean, shit. Yeah, y'all can probably see it. It's a little foggy. That's that a bacteria bloom when you add new fish to a new tank. It's got to get its microorganisms and everything talking to each other, saying, "Hey, we need to do this, man." Oh, what you think about Jeremy's live last night?
I was just about to say, things got really odd once we went down to the pool last night.
Yeah, buddy, yeah. Yeah, Miss Nancy, that's unfortunate that we have to have commercial on our streams. I wish we could get away from it, but we have to make monies somehow. And since we don't beg for money, which is greatly appreciated when anybody sends super chats or super stickers or buys memberships, it is greatly appreciated. But when we cannot count on that, we have to have it monetized. I wish we could go unmonetized through the whole live and then monetize afterwards, but we just got to keep that chicken nugget money and that oatmeal money running in somehow. You know what I mean, Georgie Bean?
Right. Yes, Jeremy's impromptu live last night was very odd.
Yes, it was.
But at the same time, it's good to hear that Levy County is actually stepping up and doing something.
Well, when he kept saying federal, I'm assuming this has gotten to the point to where they've just said piss on Levy County and they went to either the state troopers or they've actually went to federal law enforcement. And once those two agencies,
from what Jeremy said, with Bruce and a few of the others not being in Florida, Levy in the state of Florida has to bring in the feds because it's crossing state lines.
Right. And bringing in the feds, that opens up a whole new can of worms for those boneheads. I mean, bam. Run, rats, run. All they had to do was shut up. You know what I mean, Georgie?
Exactly. All you had to do was obey the C&D. But look at you now, dumbasses.
See, here's my theory. They enlist the YouTubers as her PR team, right? To get her story out, right? Well, they could have easily gotten her story out without turning it into a hate campaign. Okay, they could have just told her story and said how she was being this and that and this and that by some big YouTuber, but they didn't. They just went straight into attacking Jeremy, attacking everything in his life, and now attacking his business. So That's not getting her story out. That's becoming a hate channel that's just harassing somebody. They could have easily gotten her word out without all of the hate. Good morning, Sea Girl. How are you doing today, Miss Tammy? Miss Karen's here. Miss Nancy.
The good Karen.
Yeah, the good Karen. Tracy, how you doing? You know, Tracy, I really don't know. I'm not positive. I don't think that he filed anything against Levy County yet.
Yeah,
Uh,
not yet.
only Levy County. From what Jeremy says, it's the feds. The feds are the ones leading the charge. And I'm assuming that the two individuals he named off last night are the individuals that had the memorial on his property that he said were the feds were going to be knocking on their door today and he would have cameras rolling.
I can't wait for that one.
Well, kind of leery on that. I mean, if the feds are going to go knocking on the door, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
they're not going to
I
let
feel like there's a
Jeremy.
misunderstanding there.
What? Who?
The
What?
the feds are only involved for those not in Florida. Not in Florida. Levy County and the state of Florida is handling the morons that trespass on his land. They're covering the Lynette and John stuff. They're covering Robbie and Lisa and Gabe. All those idiots that are in Florida. The federal agency is only involved for paint chips, Helm, all those making the threats that are not in Florida. And it doesn't help that the one that looks like Peter Griffin, I believe is who they call paint chips, he made threats in his Substack. He made threats on his stream with Volpe towards Jeremy. Like
For money.
violent threats.
For money.
No, violent threats.
Yep. For money.
The interview he did with
Stupid Dave.
No, Raylene Bone Crusher.
Oh.
There was several threats made by Paint Chips and Ray. Violent threats made. Now we know Paint Chips is already a felon. If I'm not mistaken, he's a federal felon. So
I don't know his whole story. I just know all I've heard is that something to do with when he was a lawyer or what. I don't remember all of it. He got in trouble. Something to do with emails and it's crazy. But the whole thing is the Fleas and Bubbles sending people to give them money. They're literally asking people to pay for these guys to harass Jeremy Hills.
Yep.
And I think that's a big no-no. I think it's a big no-no. Good morning, Miss Palmer. How you doing?
Miss Mama Palmer's, I will not be coming to Levy County. I was told to stay away, stay very far away. It is not safe. So I am not coming to Levy County.
I'm going to have to drive up there just to push the envelope. Say, hi, how y'all doing? Coop pop out of the bushes with a camera saying, smile, cheese there, rat. Let me see you. Nah. I ain't going nowhere near them people. That 2 hours up, 2 hours back, nah. I can find a whole lot of other entertaining stuff to do.
Yes, the feds are going to be in Otter Creek today, but it's so they can hand over all these files on everyone involved in the anti-ecosystem. But the feds will be covering the out-of-staters. Local and state will be handling the ones in Florida. But they're going to be working together hand in hand.
But I'm still on the fence of why Jeremy is even asking for anybody to send anything. I mean, this guy is meticulous with people sending him evidence, and he files it away. And what more could the supporters offer him? I mean, he has got a trove. I mean, a massive treasure trove of evidence.
Hi, Kasha. She said, hey from Chiefland.
Hey, what's happening, girly girl? It's definitely going to be funny. It's going to be interesting. I would say after Jeremy's live last night, I can just imagine what Purgatory's looking like right now. I bet it's like a ghost town. I bet they're hiding in the RV, groveling. Shanemesis! What's happening, girly girl? I seen you pop in earlier.
I'm excited at the fact that he released 730,000 investigators in one stream last night.
Yep. I mean, when you got that many people, you're been in that many people's ears. Man, the super sleuths, the supporters out there, they are going to dig up every piece of garbage, every little piece of crumb.
Yes,
that's a lot.
Timestamps.
Right. That is a lot of people. A lot. I mean, it's like they brought a stick to a bazooka fight, you know. these morons. They could have got poor little Michelle's word out. But see, that's the thing I've noticed. You know, a lot of these channels out there, when they grow their channels off of hatred, okay, and the argumentative dribble that the channel creators put out, that's all they're there for. They just like the energy of the hate. They like the energy of the drama. That's why they keep coming back time and time again. And if you notice, a lot of these hate channels, they're not growing. They stifle. They just sit at one spot. It's just the same fools over and over and over. And then the grift. Oh my God, the grift on top of that. That's another thing that's cool. And like I said yesterday and the day before, I truly admire the Lees being able to fleece these fools out of their money. It's pretty wild. Oh. Are you squirreling on me?
I'm reading Mama Palmer's comment. I am amused that the fleas and the rest of the anti-ecosystem are about to find out what FAFO means.
Yep. Good morning, Daniel. How are you today? Yes, that's going to be fabulous. It would be so entertaining if Master Jeremy, you know, our head cult leader, as they call him, got every bit of it on camera. That would be absolutely amazing.
And you know, with the feds involved, even if they do dirty delete, it's there forever. The feds could easily pull up everything they've posted.
Yep.
Every single thing.
Most definitely. They it's kind of nuts. Oh, is Magic Angel in here? Oh, she finally graced us president. She has been disappeared.
Jimmy.
too many late nights with the Daniel. She can't get up to come see us no more. Dennis, how you doing, buddy? Miss Patty, you said they are going to close Gainesville Federal Court. I heard something about that, Miss Patty. I'm not sure what that's over. Did you hear that, Georgie?
I have not. What does that mean?
I heard something about it last night. I don't know. I didn't listen to the whole story. I don't think it's got anything to do with any of this. I think it's something else. I'm not sure.
Could it have anything?
Unless they're shutting it down for repairs, or I don't know. Yeah, he right on, see girl. Bone Sucker and Stupid Dave both went on a happy little deleting spree, but hey, too little too late there, boys and girls. It's already been downloaded, already been cataloged, so you can delete all you want.
Good morning, Teresa. My PJ.
What's that, Robert? You don't believe what'll happen? Anything to the rats? I don't know. I really don't know. It's getting to the point to where when you start making threats across state lines and you start doing some of the stuff that we've seen them do, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, at one point, somebody's going to have to take it serious, right, Georgie?
Mm-hmm. And it's about time somebody is.
Oh, because of federal cuts? Oh, okay. They'll just move it somewhere else. Now, that would be cool. Well, thank you very much. Georgie, that's on your side, young lady.
Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Hey, MrCoop and Miss Georgie. Hope all is well. Milltown idiot was stressing, still bashing with WTH, even though he's been served. Well, that's his problem.
Yep. He's just digging his hole a little deeper, deeper, deeper. Who has a TV in the background?
Hang on. Bailey Star. Turn it down or off, one of the two.
Yeah, buddy.
Sure do. Dilly gaff, Coop. Dilly gaff.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh, Elon is closed. Yeah. I don't know. As far as that goes, Elon really has nothing to do with state and local government at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, it's a federal courthouse. It has nothing to do with local. It's a federal courthouse.
Yeah, I still don't think he can mess with that, but who knows?
Apparently they can. Trump administration temporary list Gainesville courthouse for sale. It was temporary. It's not actually. The fate of the U.S. courthouse in Gainesville is uncertain after it was listed for disposal along with hundreds of other federal properties earlier this week. The list was then removed on Wednesday. President Trump's administration on Tuesday published a list of more than 440 federal properties it had identified to close or sell, including the FBI headquarters and the Maine Department of Justice building, after deeming them not core to government operations. Hours later, however, the administration issued a revised list with only 320 entries, none in the Washington, D.C., and by Wednesday morning, the list was gone entirely. Non-core property list coming soon, the page read. One of the buildings initially listed was the courthouse for the U.S. North District of Florida at 401 Southeast 1st Avenue, Gainesville. The courthouse serves Alachua, Dixie, Gilchrist, Lafayette, and Levy counties. The General Service Administration, which published the list, did not immediately respond to questions about the changes or why the properties that had been listed had been removed. We are identifying buildings and facilities that are not core to the government operations or non-core properties for disposal, the GSA said of the initial list of 443 properties. Trump and billionaire Elon Musk have been engaged in an unprecedented effort to slash the size of the federal workforce and shrink government spending. Selling the designated buildings could save the federal government hundreds of millions of dollars.
Now this is interesting. I never even thought about that.
Ooh, you know
Dave the Donor?
that I could that also have something to do with the feds finally getting involved though?
Could be, but now he's overseas though. So I don't know if our federal agencies would take something like that over. It'd be like us trying to file a case against somebody in China for ripping us off. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Well, that's
I I don't know. But then again, they're the ones that fleeced him out of the 56. I can't say fleeced. I can't say fleeced. He gave it willingly. What I can say is they have not been transparent where the money has been placed. So I think Tug makes a very, very good case when he says that is illegal and that somebody needs to call the law enforcement to have it looked into. Continue there, girl. Don't get shy.
not shit's definitely getting deep. We need our waiters.
Yep. It's definitely going to be interesting the next few days, weeks, months. Oh, Miss Tracy worked with the feds on overseas fraud cases. I mean, it's uh, it's hard to fight anything overseas. I mean, short of unaliving somebody, I don't really. You don't ever hear of anybody overseas getting prosecuted for anything stupid that they do. I don't know enough about it though. A local sheriff's office didn't start this. And they, yeah,
That's possible,
I think,
Pasha. It's very
I
possible.
yeah, I think you're right. I think the feds have stepped in and told Levy County, get off your ass and do your job. You know, and there's got to be something that's the catalyst of starting this. I mean, yes, Jeremy's been fussing with this for what, almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years he's been dealing with this nonsense. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, feds are getting involved. Law enforcement is starting
Finally.
to get off their butt. So something had to be the catalyst to start this all of a sudden. I think you're right. I think it's paint chips. I think paint chips has done or said something along with the fact that the videos of them having control of Dingaling's surveillance cameras.
Yeah, but
Because
big
as Jeremy said, that's third party content.
yes. But at the same time, with Paint Chip already being a federal felon, they're probably already watching him anyway. Once you're in the Fed's eyes, you're always in the Fed's eyes.
Miss Tammy, I was kind of interested in that, but when I listened to Jeremy's take on that, where he wrote his notes and he did a whole video on it, I pretty much got satisfied with that myself, anyway.
I've not even watched that video yet. I am so far behind on everything.
You know how Jeremy sits in on those depots and he takes notes, right?
Yeah.
Well, he did his version of the Amanda Martin deposition where he didn't read everything from the depot. He just read his notes and talked about it. And they caught her in a few lot of lies. So that's gonna be interesting in court. Shirley, what's happening? But Jeremy also said that this morning the police were going to. Yep, he said they were going to be raiding the neighbor's house this morning, and he would be there with cameras. I don't see them
Brian and
informing
Tina.
him, huh?
Brian and Tina.
Yeah, I don't see the police officers informing Jeremy when they're going to show up. So uh, hopefully he's got people watching. You better cheer up over there. What are you rabbit holing?
Cassius said, I told Jeremy they didn't like him exposing the good old boy system here. It has been at play for years. I grew up here in Levy County. It needed to be exposed.
Right on, right on, right on. Yes, I do believe she is an idiot. She's the one that Jeremy said they live in a small town and everybody knows everybody's business. Well, yeah, she's right. They do live in a small town. And with that being said, they have small town ways of thinking where
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy is not a small town boy. He's been around. So they can just lie like they do in their little small town and get away with it. Well, they can't. Anyhow,
Exactly.
talking out my butt this morning.
Yes, Native, you're right. He did say he has another meeting with authorities this morning. So,
Yep. It's pretty sad that when you have something like this going on in your life, that you yourself have to do all the investigating yourself and turn it over with a bow tied around it for the police to actually do something. Isn't that their job?
it is their job, but we all know Levy County sucks at their job.
Right? I mean, he gets home, he gets back down here from Ohio. First thing he does is go in and he turns in the court paperwork from Ohio saying, hey, these people cannot do this. Now, how do you ignore that? How do you ignore that and say, piss on you? We don't care about what you got from Ohio when it's a federal document. I don't. Miss Carol, how you doing?
I'm, I don't know. I'm a bit baffled today. All this chaos is
Oh, I
happening
am
while I'm
too.
on a trip, so I can't like buckle down and focus in on this case like I usually do. Thank you, Greg. Jeremy did say last night there's a deep fake corn video of him and Megan Fox, and paint chips got banned on Substack and is now being posted on X. Eh, that I saw that, and not only was it fake corn, but they made Jeremy look like Clitler. So
Yes.
but
Yes.
I think there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more to it than these parody videos, or there's something big happening. Something huge has to happen for the federal authorities to step in. I'm telling you, something has happened. And for him and Dee to tell fans to stay away, not to come to Tubetown, something big has happened. Just saying.
I've got to get her in. She just will not shut up.
Palmer's, that's possible. I know we were all working on trying to get letters to President Trump during election season, but I don't know. To get the feds involved, something big has to happen. Has to. More than just a parody video.
That's like I was saying last night. I mean, this case is pretty much in its infancy. I mean, it's not been going on that long, the federal case.
The cases itself has not been going on that long, but
right. So
been going on
for the feds to get involved. For feds to get involved, something has had to happen that crossed the line, because right now, at the stage that this case is in, it's not even full blown yet. I mean, it's not had any media coverage except for on YouTube. I imagine evidence, maybe the judge looked over some evidence and said, hey, something's wrong here. I don't think that's what happened, but it could be. Something has happened.
That's what I was thinking, Shirley. I didn't want to bring that up, but that's what I was leaning towards. The death threat Jeremy got. But he gets death threats all the time.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Then again, like I said, it's from overseas, somebody from overseas. So I don't know. It's one of those head scratchers where you just don't know. It's kind of nuts.
What, Storm? For some reason, that cut part of it off.
Oh, you're telling me.
All we can do is speculate at this point. Like, we have no answers until Jeremy gives us answers, and there's only so much Jeremy can release with the feds being involved.
Well,
so
Storm,
all we can do is speculate.
Storm, you are more than welcome to enlighten us on us being ignorant out here. I mean, I'm all ears.
I can't see what that says. I am telling all of you guys, for more than a year, you don't know half of it. There's lots more. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Wait, none of us claim to know everything. I can guarantee Jeremy has so much hidden that he hasn't shown. It's unreal.
Absolutely. Yes, Miss Carol, and thank you for the $1.99 super chat. He needs timestamps on the ones asking for money. Yes. Honestly, he needs timestamps of all the threats of the money part of it. There's so much. I'm
thinking that's a big part that has to do where Bubbles and Lisa, they're all sitting there trying to encourage people to pay paint chips and ragamuffin money to do hit pieces on Jeremy. I mean, I think that's got a lot to do with it. I really do.
I honestly feel like with the feds being involved, it's now becoming a criminal case, not just civil.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So,
I mean, how many times you ever heard Jeremy tell anyone that supports and watches him to do anything to any of those morons? He's never said for anybody to do anything at all. But these guys just continuously frenzy up their fools in their chats.
Oh, Patrick. Maybe a federal civil judge found irrefutable evidence of criminal activity. Also look for a stay of civil proceedings pending criminal procedure.
That could be.
We'll have to keep an eye on the dockets, because if the stay comes across either one of the dockets, we know why. Now, we had people in chat asking us about the denial that came through yesterday.
A denial on something that was never done?
Well, it was. There was a counterclaim filed by Bubbles. Randy opposed it, but before the opposition could have been finished, the judge told Bubbles the other day that no counterclaims. Your motion was moot. So the denial was simply because there was an opposition filed to something that no longer exists because it had already been removed.
Now that's one thing I'm not sure on. I didn't
because
think
remember,
the judge had ruled. I don't think the judge had ruled on Randy's dismissal yet. And what Bubbles turned in was saying that Randy was trying to have himself dismissed, saying that Bubbles had him included in the counterclaim, which Bubbles never had Randy included. It was just a counterclaim against Jeremy. So how could the judge deny Randy being on there when Randy was never on there? You see what I'm saying? That's the
way. We read the counterclaim motion that Bubbles
Right.
filed, and all he talked about was Randy.
Right.
He was trying to blame Randy. He was trying to add Randy as a defendant, and that didn't go that way.
Right. Exactly. But the denial that was nothing against Jeremy and Randy. The denial was point blank something that was being argued that didn't even exist.
Exactly. Nothing existed. It's not a loss for Jeremy. It's not a win for Bubbles. It's not a win for either side. It doesn't exist.
Right on, Kathy. Yeah, Jeremy did talk about that. Bubbles running from the server. That he did talk about that. That was funny.
Here's the thing. Whether he gets served or not, he's already acknowledged the lawsuit by all his other co-defendants. He's already had a discussion with them on a stream. He's acknowledged he's being sued in federal court. So if he does not file something within that 21 days refuting it, guess what? Jeremy freaking wins.
Well, okay. You remember Bone Sucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got served by email.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't they? They've got all these emails. Bubble emails Randy all the time. You gonna tell me they didn't serve him through email?
It was supposed to be today, but she filed Stark filed unavailability notice last night.
Which is, here we go, drag it out again, make Jeremy's lawyer and Jeremy spend more money. Eventually, somebody's going to put their foot down and say, hey, Bubbles has already stated, we've already seen the evidence where he's already stated that they're trying their best to prolong this till Jeremy runs out of money. So it's already been proven that that's what they're trying to do. Because, the trespass 5, that's the depot she was supposed to do today. That has absolutely nothing to do with Jeremy. Nothing to do with Jeremy whatsoever.
Nope, yeah, that was Dee and Travis and the Grangers.
You read the case, though, and it's funny when you read the case, nothing is hardly mentioned about the people that were actually there. It's all about Jeremy. Jeremy wasn't even there. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Sure do. She isn't showing up, Miss Karen. They filed a motion in county court last night for unavailability. We are waiting on that document to be unlocked so we can read it and see her excuse of why she isn't showing up today. Exactly, Kasha. All these people had to do was shut up.
Yep. Well, that's like we were talking about a while ago. You know, they came on board trying to get her story out, tell her story, her truth. They could have easily done that. But, yeah, go ahead. But the bad thing is, instead of just telling her truth, that was never going to get them anywhere. They had to throw all the hate mongering and all the harassment in on top of it to whip up their fan base so their fans would open them wallets and say, here's you some money. I mean, they've made a ton of money off of this whole thing. But you got to hand it to Bubbles. You got to hand it to him. He's that's a lawyer's job, is to defend their client to the best of their ability. We all knew that he's not a very smart lawyer, but he is working his butt off trying to do something for his client. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but he's trying to do something. I don't agree with what all he's doing. I don't see a lot of sense in it, but hey. Oh, Melody, they deep trouble. Yeah, I see. Exactly, Shirley, exactly. If they would have just listened to the cease and desist, shut their pie hole, we wouldn't be here today. Life would be good. But no. What did Liar Nut and Crook do? Just flat out say, this means nothing to me. It's just a piece of paper. I mean, that's going to be interesting, Jim. That is definitely going to be interesting. And as small a town as that is, you guys know when federal agents show up, they don't show up in just one car. they show up in a bunch of cars. In a town that small, right on, Kasha. In a town that small, man, could you imagine? That street is just going to be loaded with vehicles. Are you?
I wish. Oh, how I wish I could be a fly on the wall.
Where's that?
When the feds show up.
Oh, I want to be a cardinal sitting on the fence watching.
Right?
That would be so entertaining. And from what I understand, the people they're supposed to show up to their house they're neighbors of Jeremy's. So,
Brian and Tina.
Yeah, they're
the ones that are showing up.
Well, they fell for the nonsense. Okay, they were getting along just fine with Jeremy, and they had made amends, and everybody was living life and having fun. Well, the fleas sucked they sunk their little claws into them, and now they're on Jeremy's radar as not good people anymore. Again, so
the feds might already be there. Yeah, Tim, you might be right.
They might be. That would be so awesome if Google Earth was live.
Right.
And you can zoom right in on it. That would be some awesome TV right there, boy. Let me tell you. Oh, before
I'm just disappointed because I wanted to go to Levy County for barbecues. Tubetown was just going to be a bonus. We wanted barbecues.
You can still go to barbecues. Barbecues is not in Otter Creek.
No, it's in Chiefland.
Right. I don't know why you can't go down there to eat. I mean,
because if I'm going to make that trip, I want to see Tubetown too.
Well, just drive by. Don't stop. Just drive by real slow. But don't let them fools
But why Brian
dictate
and
your
Tina?
happiness. Huh?
Why Brian and Tina? So they got themselves involved with the fleas, and they have sat in the fleas chats for months now, talking shit, and they are claiming they're going to pay for a surveyor to survey Jeremy's property where the memorial is.
Good morning, fly.
So trespassing. There's a fly.
That would be funny. That would be so funny to see Jeremy ride by and see some morons on his property trying to survey it. That would be so funny. I could just see Jeremy now. Excuse me, what you doing on my property? Oh, we're doing a survey for so and so. No, you ain't. Get off, get out now. I'm gonna call the law. You are trespassing. But you notice, Georgie, how they come up with these schemes to have these fools give them their money, and none of it ever comes to fruition. You notice that? Look at the memorial. They raised over $2,000, $3,000 now, from what I heard. Because didn't they just do it? Is it? How's it five now?
They've raised $5,000 for the memorial. Started out with 4.
Yeah. Oh, back that up. 2 of it you got to knock off because that lady never gave them the money.
What lady?
Don't you listen to me? All right. It started out as $4,000, $2,000 collected in donations, and then some woman had an Afghan she was going to sell for $2,000 that they posted on their stream. Well, the lady sold the Afghan, and the $2,000 that she got out of it that she pledged to the memorial, she never gave it to them. She kept it. So it was only $2,000 they raised, and then I heard they raised another $1,000 the other day.
Yeah, they raised another $1,000 the other day. That's why I said 5. Yeah.
So where's that money?
Hang on. Kasha said they tried to get her fired from a flea market she never worked at.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing, and that's something else that we forgot. Bubbles actually threatening witnesses. That could be another thing right there.
I'm starting to wonder if, because there are 2 federal lawsuits now, that Jeremy has had to file 2 civil federal lawsuits. And it has gotten so big that the judges that are involved in those 2 federal cases are like, no, this is criminal. This needs to be taken higher.
Now, guys, Georgie and I, we're speculating on all of this stuff.
At this point, it's all speculation.
Right. We have no idea. I mean, based off of our opinions are based off of gut feelings that we've, seen and heard from all the players involved. So don't take anything we say as gospel, because we don't have cold hard facts unless it's a document that's been submitted to the courts. That's the only evidence we have. These are just our opinions, us trying to make sense out of a nutty situation.
Yeah, we're trying to make sense out of it, and we don't have, nobody has answers until Jeremy decides, or until Jeremy is allowed to give that information. So at this point, we're just speculating. But we have, every single one of us,
Did you lose train of thought again?
Nope, reading Storm's comment. Coop and Georgie, think deep, go back. The police going to the neighbors. Made a video about it. Think good.
Okay. Well, I think that My thoughts on the catalyst to getting this jumped into actual law enforcement doing something, I think it's got to do with them accusing Jeremy and Travis of taking down this so-called memorial, which was just two posts stuck in the ground with some little fake flowers on it. But it's not the fact that they really accused them, it's the fact that they were using Lynette's cameras to accuse them of it with photos of their vehicles in the camera. I think a lot of that's got to do play a big part in it. Now, like I said, I'm speculating. I don't know. That's just what I think. I don't know.
Being that she handed over her cameras to the police, that's third party contact.
Exactly. They're using her video. Exactly. They're using her cameras to mess with Jeremy, to harass Jeremy. Hey, baby dog. Yes, I got both the birds up here sitting on the counter, so you can't come up here because you know Tickles don't like you. Yeah, Tickles will be all over you like stink on do. Yeah. So you stay over here. That'll love on you a little bit, then you can go hide wherever you're gonna hide. Oh man, yeah, you guys should see Tickles. She's sitting over here on the desk. I got little Daisy on my leg over here. Boy, she is mad because she can't get my little Daisy. It'll be all right, Tickles. It'll be all right. Come on back up here where you belong. Leave her. Nope, there she goes. She's going to go after him again. Oh, yeah. Has to do with fraud. As in what kind of fraud this time? There's so many levels of this thing. Georgie and I was talking about it last night with all the players involved and all of everything that's just tied up into this. No one can for certain pinpoint one thing except for Jeremy Ells that's caused law enforcement to get involved. That's my opinion, right? What are you cackling about?
Robert got caught.
Oh, you'll probably get chastised on that now.
Georgie has food. I heard it.
When people come on our streams, they better be prepared to hear birds, to hear dogs, to hear Monster Man running around going nuts, to hear kids in the background. It's a given. We are a couple of nuts having fun in our daily lives, and we're not going to change our daily lives to satisfy somebody in the chat. So if the chat doesn't like it, they can leave.
Nobody's holding you hostage, bro.
We are going to be not you, Robert. Not you, Robert.
Not you.
I'm just saying, people, if they're annoyed with what they hear in the background of our streams, they are more than welcome to just not listen, okay? Because Georgie and I are normal people. She has youngins. I have birds and dogs. It's going to happen.
I got birds and dog and cat, but not right now. Ohio is to blame for what? Mama Coop.
I seen my babe in the chat. Oh, I hear you, Storm. I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But there are so many levels to this whole case. You could just put all the nonsense in a hat and just pull something out and you could get law enforcement involved. I mean, there's so many, in my opinion, criminal acts that's being going on that it's not even funny. I can't understand how they keep breaking the law and keep getting away with it. Right, Georgie? I mean,
exactly. And so much has happened just since you and I have started covering this case. And not
threatening and harassing a federal witness for a federal court case is a no-no. Go ahead, Georgie. I'm shutting up.
Go ahead. My mouth is full.
Right, Palmers? I'm thinking RICO conspiracy on this second one. I'm really thinking that the second federal lawsuit.
No, at first, Shirley, he didn't. He had faith in those morons he bought it from. Later on, he had to have it surveyed so he could put up his fences, and he found out then all the encroachment.
Right on. Now you got to remember he owns 3 pieces of property that all are linked side by side by side. So each time he's bought each piece of property, he's had to have each one of them surveyed at one point in time. Because I know whenever you buy a house in Florida, it's got to be surveyed. You have to pay for it to be surveyed, period. Now, sometimes if it's been surveyed within a certain amount of time by the owners, sometimes you can use that survey if it's within a certain time period. But 9 times out of 10, if you're buying a piece of property, you have to have it surveyed. I don't know why, but you do. Mercedes!
Tasha's comment.
I see. I was just reading it. Didn't have rain that day.
Or the night before.
That's the thing about social media. Okay. These guys, there's no telling how much of their so-called evidence they fabricated. Okay, this might have happened on this date. All right. But who's to say it happened today? That video could have been from God knows when. Who knows? They're just trying to push their narrative. Oh, look, the big bad Jeremy, man. Oh, my God, he stole this. He did that. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Dang, I'm way behind. 2-3 weeks ago, Jeremy told everybody that something is going on too. Yeah, he did. There's a lot of facets to this. I mean, Tug especially scratched his head and said he's never seen anything like this ever. I mean, he covered Johnny Depp for how many years that was in court? It was a couple, 2 or 3 years, wasn't it, Georgie? I wasn't really into that, but Tug's been covering.
It all started in 2021.
Did it? So
he went public with it in 23. We're going on 3 years.
Who did? Tug or Johnny Depp?
Oh, Johnny Depp? I was talking about the current.
Oh, Jeremy? Is that who you were talking to? Or talking about? Tracy, that was Lyre Nutt's attorney that quit in Ohio. I haven't heard anything about Jeremy's attorney. Jeremy's attorney's making money. Lyre Nutt's attorneys aren't making any money, so I don't think they're going to be sticking around. I'm surprised Stark hasn't filed for dropping this case yet. I mean, yeah, Booble Man paid him a little bit of money, but like Larry said the other night, lawyers are there to make money. They're not there to do work for free. So,
Coop, I just realized that one rat has 2 heads. Yep. I didn't even realize until Heroes pointed it out.
That's stupid, Dave. That's stupid, Dave. See, you got Rapuzzi, then you got Tori, then you got Bubbles, then you got Dodgy Robbie, then you got Super Dave there, and then back in the back you got Gabe. Of course, the one in the very front.
You should say the double-headed one is Lisa and Tori together because we call them the Butter Twins.
Well, we can't put Tori on there, remember? She's the one that's not being added to the lawsuit. So you got to remember that she's
And that one
she
is still
that
messing with my head.
exactly. That was still puzzling to the mind. I mean, you think about it. Why she has been just as nasty with her mouth on social media as Lisa has. Why
Mm-hmm.
is she not in this lawsuit? That is something that has been questioning me and you for, well, shoot, a long time. A long time. Because she wasn't even added in the first one either when he tried to get it put on the
No,
Lynette's case.
no,
Yeah,
it's mind-boggling.
I forgot about Bone Crusher. Well, we'll put Bone Sucker back there in the back. Gabe, he's a nobody. We don't have to put him in there. But yes, boys and girls.
It is cold outside today.
Yeah, I went out to let the chickens out. It's nice and sunny today. It's just a little windy and nippy. Tonight, I think it's supposed to be down in the 40s. Hey, when you live. Exactly, Kasha. I mean, they get lost in their little fog. They live in such a small town and they think that nobody's paying attention. But trust me, there's at least 700 and something thousand people that's paying attention now. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
they better change their way of thinking. I mean, what is it Bubbles said? Said she's a celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she goes out into public, people probably recognize her from
Oh,
all
for
the
sure.
attention that she's gotten.
And look, Jeremy has told all of us this whole time, do not contact anyone. Do not be involved. Let him handle it all. He literally lit the freaking bat signal last night.
Yep.
How
But
many of those 700,000 people have just been sitting and twiddling their thumbs and waiting for this bat signal to go into super sleuth mode?
that's a good question, Mary. I think they're backed into a corner right now. They don't have any money. I don't think that they would have to sell that property so cheap just to get out underneath it so they could run. And that takes time. I honestly don't think they're going to run until the first judgment comes down when they have to pay money. I think when the first judgment comes down and the judge says, hey, you lost, he won, now you owe him this, I think that's going to change a lot of things. That's why next month, I'm really waiting on next month with this sanctions thing over the thumbnail. If Randy wins that, that's going to be a slam dunk for Jeremy. You disappear on me, girl?
Nope, I'm listening to you talk.
Dennis the Menace.
Holy crap, Dennis. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Love you too. And we are. Today's cold, but we are having a blast. Part 1 of yesterday's adventure will be available at 12 p.m. Central today.
Yep. Yeah. Do you realize we've been talking about the nut bags for over an hour?
Dude, we have so much to talk about. I mean, we're speculating, but it's like so much has happened just since you and I have been covering this case. It could be any of those things.
Right. I mean,
that those fools have done that has caused the feds to get involved.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, and also with the federal FBI being involved, You know how much shit they can pull on Lynette and John, being that she's been in Germany with multiple. Ooh. Somebody in our chat a couple weeks ago asked us, is it possible that Lynette have multiple social security numbers?
Yeah, I remember that. And there's no telling.
With the feds being involved, that'll be uncovered.
Yeah, she's that's garbage. She's not paralyzed to anything. That woman goes. She runs the wheels off of that Jeep. She's out running and gunning all the time.
Exactly, Kasha. Ooh, what is that washed up on the beach? It has a long tail and it's skinny.
Probably a snake.
Out of the ocean?
Yeah, they've got sea snakes.
Huh.
You don't want to get bit by one of them either.
No, thank you.
They are deadly. Deadly. There ain't no telling. It could be a big piece of seaweed. Who knows?
It's gone now, whatever it was. The waves took it back.
All right.
I don't remember Miss Mary. What name did she go under when she adopted HG? I want to say Lynette, but I may be wrong.
Right, Storm. They can't sell the property, so they're pretty much stuck. I mean, about the only way they could pack up and get is if the fleas handed them over some money. I don't think that she's making that much money at the flea market. What was it? The other? Oh, she could. I guess she can cash in her cruise tickets for the money. Yeah, she could do that.
I don't want her to pay her taxes. I don't want her to pay them. I want it to go into lien, and then I want one of us to come together and buy the property from underneath her.
Oh, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I got the money. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I would buy it in a heartbeat. Yes, I would. But like I was telling you last night, even if somebody bought the property because of the taxes, she has so long to come up with the money to pay them before it's actually forfeited over to the individual who bought it. So I imagine if it got to that point to where somebody actually bought the property, she would run to the fleas in a heartbeat. They'd fork over money, and she would get it paid. But yeah, I don't want to see her pay the taxes. But then remember, Lloyd's not there to pay them this year.
Mm-hmm.
He paid them last year.
Mercedes says she'd pitch in for that property.
Oh, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I'd cash out one of my stocks and say, "Here's the money, take it." I'd even be willing to pay double the taxes just to get it.
Get it and let Travis turn it into another part of Tubetown.
Man, you know what you could do with that property? You, like I said last night, you give me 6 months and that property would look immaculate.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Paul. Talk about speculation. I like his version of it. Maybe her flea market booth is a money laundering scheme.
Could be. I do notice in that last video that there was a lot of new stuff that was in that showcase.
Miss Yoda, everyone gets a strike since I was MIA yesterday. Hey sis from another mother. We are off work today. Cool beans. We are taking the kids to the zoo today.
Yeah.
This should be fun with Tiny Man. He freaks out with animals.
He'll be all right. He'll love it. He'll love it. Yeah, we're gonna turn that down to 6 minutes. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I need to check and see. Well, it's not a double red flag anymore. It's just a red flag. Oh. Right, Kasha? My thing is, could it be turned into a commercial property?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, big boy. Hi. Come here. I want to hold you. Come here. It would, Rick. Rick said those would be some great videos of that property transformation, Mr. Coop.
Yeah. That's enough, little man.
Oh boy, Coopy.
Oh,
It was
well.
listed as a dual purpose property. That's what I was wondering. Holy shit, Dennis! Thank you so much. You do not have to do that. He said, I got my bonus today and feel like sharing a bit. Go love Coop. Holy cow.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I just get aggressive with my ads. I'll take them from 30 minutes to 6 minutes.
Holy well, that's one way to shut the Georgie up. Robert said, waiting in Georgie's car so I can go to the zoo. Wow. Wow.
Right on. Tiny man getting all that oatmeal money. He's going to be happy, happy, happy.
That's what I was wondering, Harry, is because the property Travis bought at the end down there for 2.0 was it could be residential or commercial. So I was wondering, since Lynette's property used to be a garbage dump, wasn't that technically commercial when it was a garbage dump?
No, no, it wasn't an actual literal garbage dump. It was just
I
where
thought it was.
no, it was just where people were throwing their garbage. It was an basically abandoned piece of property, and I don't even know if it were okay. Back up here. I don't believe that it was a garbage dump. I believe that the people who own the property just let it go because they weren't living there, and occasionally people would probably throw trash bags out into the overgrown brush. It was not a literal garbage dump. At one point in time, if you go back and look at Google Maps, at one point in time, it wasn't a bad looking piece of property.
You're right. I mean, even if it is contaminated, Miss Tracy, it wouldn't take much with bulldozers and backhoes and whatnot to dig the soil and to treat the soil to make it healthy again. Right, Miss Karen? That's my thing. They've got lemurs and they've got tigers and what. I'd have a damn tiger in my car.
Ah! Little Mr. Munster Man over here. For some reason, they just love to sleep. I mean, they are sitting here just zonked out. They are zonked out.
Yeah, Robert, it's all sand, but at what point? No.
Yeah, buddy. It's I think, like I said, I think it's just people throwing the garbage. I mean, you see it down here in Florida all the time. You ride down the road and somebody's throwed their mattress, or they throwed their couch, or they throwed this or that out on the side of the road. So
Thank you for the €2, Storm. But somebody brought up sand. Isn't sand a natural filter?
Yep, it is. It is. That's why, depending on where you live in Florida, and the way the mineral deposits are set up in Florida, will depend on how good your water is underground. I do know there's a lot of water here that just stinks to high heaven. It's really saturated in sulfur. Smells like rotten eggs. It's really nasty. Some of the orange groves that you drive by when they're watering, it just sounds like it smells like a sewer plant. It's just nasty. But yeah, for the most part, the property in Florida is basically a giant filter. When it rains, it filters down into the aqueducts. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much, sir. It's greatly appreciated.
Skipper!
Good morning, Mike. I liked your video this morning. That was very nice.
Lemon, he talked about buying it, but I don't know if he ever actually did. The mineral rights on her property too.
I don't know how that
actually did. I think he was talking about doing it.
Yeah, I think he was just messing with her head.
Aw.
Well, thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, sir. It's greatly appreciated, guys. Thank you very much.
I wish it wasn't so darn cold. I'd go down to the beach. What do you mean?
Credit Larry for today's video. Oh, was that because of Mr. Larry?
Well, you remember... No. Mike was telling us last night that Mr. Larry gave him an idea for a video about famous people's graves. So, yeah.
So now...
it's fun it's fun for us to get to speculate on what could be causing it to happen, but it's not fun for Jeremy to have to go through this. But I'm sure he feels a whole hell of a lot better knowing the feds are in town.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Feel a hell of a lot safer.
I mean, I know Jeremy's going through a lot, him and George. I wouldn't doubt for a minute that they get the threats that they say they get. As small as my channel is compared to Jeremy's back in my heyday, it is very spooky when somebody walks up and recognizes you. I mean, it catches you off guard because you're not accustomed to it. And I'm just a small channel, and I didn't have it happen very often, but I can imagine Jeremy and George probably get seen and recognized way more than I ever did. So I understand their concern, because if it was just all storage unit stuff and him doing his reselling thing, it's probably not quite as much hatred, I would say. But with this mess that's going on and these whack jobs that are messing with him and the lies that's being told and the frenzies being worked up and everything, I could definitely see why this would affect them. What do you think, Georgie?
Oh, for sure. We love you too, Dennis. Be safe at work.
Hey, be good. Have fun. I'll see you later when you're on. Thank you again, sir. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, it's definitely a spooky thing that I know has got to be weighing on both their mind, because you got an unstable individual that's just right down the street from them. He's already pulled pew-pews on people 3 different times, so he's escalating. It's already been proven that they're just ignoring the PO from Ohio. So when does it escalate to the point to where the threats turn into reality? That's what's
exactly. Mr. Jim said if federal agents show up, that means prior there had to be an investigation that took place. Prior to the investigation had to be something that violated federal statutes.
Right. There's something that's going on. And like Georgie said earlier, you got to understand, you got Bubbles and MLS and some of these people in different states. Well, that also brings into a fact that it turns it into federal.
Yeah.
And then you got Paint Chips, which is a criminal. So there you, hey, what's up, Rogue Mama? How you doing, girl?
Rogue! Hi, sweet girl.
Glad to see you in the chat. Hope you're getting all rested up before the big soiree tonight with Tug and Megan. I gotta hand it to these mods, man. You know, our mods are absolutely rock stars. But then you take the mods that are mods for Tug, Megan, Shizzy, you know, where they get a lot of, especially Tug and Megan, when they do their streams together, they get a lot of hatred over there. And I mean, you got to commend it to their mods. Their mods are they're rock stars.
Oh, for sure.
They are something else. I just don't see how Rogue Mama and them do it. I mean, I've been over there watching Tug and Megan a lot, and I can't even keep up with the chat. So how in the world do they?
Babies, come here. Come play with me.
Who are you trying to get worked up over there?
Birds. I want to play with the birds.
Oh, I thought you was calling the boy, the little monster man.
No, the pelicans flew by, and I was like, come here. Come here. Let me love you.
Man, our Gavel to Gravel got hijacked. We haven't said one thing about, and see, that's what I like about our little show here. You know, we just talk about whatever we want to talk about, you know. Yeah, but even when you guys slow that stuff down, Rogue Mama, it's still going a flipping mile a minute. Jeez, I was over on Rumble watching Megan and Tug last night. They had 5,000 people in their chat. Well, watching. They had 5,000 people watching, and Megan had said that their last stream that they had did Rumble put them on the front page. They were listed like number 10. There
Thank
you go,
you,
Georgie girl.
John, for the $9.99 super chat. I appreciate y'all. As soon as I get that old house finished, I will spread more love. You rock. Every single one of y'all in chat are rock stars. Coop and I love y'all. 2 pieces.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But man, even slowing that stuff down is kind of crazy. Rumble. So is Rumble a lot harder to moderate on over there, Rogue Mama? I mean, we've got Rumble going, but we don't have a lot of traffic over there. But of course, we're during the day, so and we're still. Oh, by the way, guess what?
What's that?
I hit 100 followers on Rumble.
Awesome. I haven't even bothered pushing my Rumble.
Robert, have you tried downloading the app? That's the only way I can even mess with Rumble on my phone is through the app.
Have fun, Miss Karen.
Yes, Miss Karen, you have a good one, young lady. Oh. So you can't slow the chat down over on Rumble? I know last night when I was watching Megan, I had to turn the chat off because I could not. It was just going so fast. It wasn't humanly possible to read it. Well, thank you, Miss PJ. Skipper, say something.
Yeah, he said I'm delightful.
Okay. All right. Delightful. Oh wow, they can't slow the chat down in Rumble. So man, I guess you guys just have to just let it go over there. Have you watched anything on Rumble that Megan and Tug does?
Oh yeah, I just haven't watched them recently.
Put it this way, I sent an emoji just waving, right? And when I hit the button, I couldn't even find it in the comments. It had went that fast. By the time I hit the button, I went looking for my comment. It was already way up in the atmosphere. Thank you, Lady Jen. I'm coming for you, Skipper. I'm coming for you.
Have a good day, Miss Mary.
Yes. Have a good one, Miss Mary.
Audio.
Well, welcome back, young man, lady, whichever. I can't never remember. Person. Yeah, I put them up. Oh, we have a smart TV, right? So our Samsungs are supposed to be able to cast to our TV. And for years, it would only cast certain apps, okay, when we were with AT&T. And we always thought that it was our internet provider that was blocking us from casting our phone to our TV. Come to find out, it wasn't. It was AT&T themselves that were blocking us from casting to our TV, because now that we've switched over to Spectrum, where we have Spectrum internet and phones, I can cast my phone to the TV anytime I want. That's how I've been watching Rumble, because I don't have Rumble on the TV, but I have it on my phone. So I just cast it to my TV from the phone, widescreen it, and go from there. Yeah, there you go, Skipper. There we go. Man, that's a blast from the past right there. That was really big in the 80s and part of the 90s.
Forget mud wrestling. I just want to go mudding. I miss that.
But again, Rogue, I don't see. I commend you guys for keeping up with that stuff. You guys are rock stars. I mean, I'm a mod on a couple of channels, but it's just title. I don't do anything. I mean,
Hey,
I'm a mod on
you and your sister need to go get dressed.
Georgie's channel and Skipper's channel, and every once in a while I'll pop in and post some links for them. But maybe take the trash out ever so often. But I really, all you guys are awesome. Come on, Jesus, criminy, you guys are just all over me today. So the girly girl's up now. They get
Yeah, that's been
rambunctious.
up.
So, did you check out the list I sent you last night?
I did. That's where we got the idea for the zoo.
All right, you get Tammy. I know you're out there, and I know you don't like to comment in the chat. So, thank you very much for sending that to me, so I could send it over to Georgie.
Yesterday, we went to the Discovery Science Center here in Panama, and Tiny loved it so much that when it was time to go, because we stayed till closing, he lost his ever-loving mind because he had to leave.
He loved it, huh?
He loved it. It was autism heaven for him.
That's awesome. So he didn't like the gators?
He did, and he was so good, so well behaved, and he never does good in restaurants. Like, we never get to go out to eat in restaurants, but he did so good at Fuddpuckers with the gator show and everything. I was really proud.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what you got planned for him for today?
We're going to the zoo, and the hubby found another restaurant that has cars in it. Like yesterday, we got to see motorcycles and stuff in the restaurant. Oh my God, that food was so good.
Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was.
We went to a place called Wicked Wheels for dinner last night. Tiny wanted to sit on the motorcycle the whole time.
Oh, they actually let them sit on them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. When you sent me those pictures, it looked like an OCC restaurant.
Okay, so the picture I sent you was just, it was a running motorcycle, and it was strapped down on a ramp. They had 3 of those throughout the whole restaurant. But then they had these others that had no front wheel on them and no handlebars on it. They were bolted to the wall for kids to sit on. And he stayed on one of those the entire time we were at the restaurant. Me and the hubby had to keep switching places so we could eat and keep him occupied.
There you go. You can't argue with that. I mean, as long as they were happy, that's all that matters. That's what this vacation is for, right?
Yeah, and both of the restaurants we've went to so far for dinner, they bring the kids' food out on frisbees, and they get to keep the frisbees.
Now that's cool.
They have a frisbee from Fuddpuckers, and now they have a frisbee from Wicked Wheel. At Wicked Wheel, we got to keep our drink cups. The cups come out in these plastic. The drinks come out in these plastic cups, and it has the restaurant name on it, and you get to take those home with you.
I got you.
I'm not used to being able to leave the restaurant with the glass you drink out of, unless you're paying extra for like the little shot glasses. Oh, and I made it fair for Mr. Georgie. The day before, I had a spicy juice drink at Fuddpuckers. So yesterday, I ordered him a moonshine shot at dinner.
Why did you order him that? I could have sent you some.
Because we wanted the shot glass.
And none of that store-bought crap either.
We wanted the shot glass.
If it ain't burning going all the way down, it ain't the real thing.
He enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. We got some friends of ours that we run around with ever so often, and Dennis is really big into that. What is that? Sugar Hill or Smoky Hill or whatever it is, Moonshine Company.
Old Smoky?
Yeah, Old Smoky, where they have all the different flavors and stuff. And he's constantly trying all that stuff. And I'm like, well, you want to buy it, go ahead. It's like 80 proof, 70 proof, maybe 60 proof. It's not very high alcohol content. Because when you add all them flavors to it, it dilutes it down a lot. So, but I can honestly say some of it's good. What's up? What you laughing about?
Poor Marine. He said, I thought you were about to say you ordered him a moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle? Hobbit feet. There you go. Order Hobbit feet. I better leave Georgie alone. She's not a hobbit.
He married somebody with little feet.
That's what you say. Yeah, okay. We know better. We used to have.
I swear I could sit here for hours and just watch the water.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's same with my fish. Between the ocean and the fish, it mesmerizes you. I mean, of course, I'm not at the beach right now, but I do have my fish. But if I was at the beach, that water that's what you need to do. You need to go down to the beach, take your little tripod, and put your phone on it down close to the water, not in the water, where the water's coming in, and just videotape about 10 minutes of that. Just enough to where you can put it up, because people will watch it, Georgie.
This is true.
With no nothing but just the ocean and the waves.
I've been watching and watching and watching because I want to see a shark, damn it.
Well, you got to get in the water to see a shark.
So, from what hour? I would be a snack for sure. But from what our security guard said from the condo, that with the way the water's been these last few days, that it's the perfect shark watching tide because the smaller fish can't swim in this.
Right, they don't have any food, so the sharks are out deeper where the food is. Because the waves crashing like that, you're not going to have any fish around, and without fish, no sharks. I watch a lot of that on YouTube. Those guys with the drones. You would be amazed at how many sharks are out in the water with people waist deep, and how close they get to humans, and people don't even know they're there.
Right.
It amazes me. And some of these aren't little sharks. Some of these are big sharks. I was watching the hammerhead migration that comes down through Florida every year, and it's just thousands of them. It's like a big, massive, dark ball underwater. You can tell what they are, but it's a huge, massive ball that it just starts up north and just follows the whole coastline down on the Daytona side.
Wow.
And if you're interested in Jaws, the great white sharks, they literally have an online live stream tracking these sharks that they've got tagged. You can literally watch them live, the little dots moving around. I watched that because those great whites, I don't think they're nearly as aggressive as the bull sharks. The bull sharks and the tiger sharks, the hammerheads, are the most aggressive. Bull sharks especially. Bull sharks scare me to death because they actually up in freshwater. They can swim up in freshwater. That's where they
Really?
have their babies. Yep.
Hmm.
And bull sharks are very aggressive. Just be careful. Remember, here, go Coop. Yeah, there's alligators
That's true.
there's alligators in the ocean. I know down around Miami and the Everglades. I was saying it yesterday. They literally have crocodiles down there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
alligators
that's
are freshwater creatures, correct? So how the hell did they get in the ocean?
right. Oh, we're in Florida, girl. I mean, if there's water, there's going to be an alligator in it. They've literally caught
Yeah.
alligators that have swam from the U.S. all the way across the ocean, and they've caught them over in other countries.
Wow.
They're mainly found in fresh water, but that doesn't mean they have to stay in fresh water. Their main food source is fresh water. They are in salt water. And the little
Huh.
caimans, those are some nasty, vile little. You take those crocodiles, those Nile crocodiles that are huge. I mean, huge. They're aggressive, but nothing like those caimans. The caimans, they're a crocodile, and I'd say they're probably, I don't know, they're a little
They're more
smaller than the big
agile.
alligators, but they're fast. Right? They're
Yeah, they're more
fast and
agile.
they're freaking evil. Right? I've never seen one here in Florida, but there are a bunch of videos showing them. About the time I get the nerve to take the kayak down to the Keys or down around the Okeechobee, the Everglades area, I always change my mind because that's one thing that when you're in a kayak, you can't run. And those caimans, they will come right out of the water. There ain't nothing stopping them if they want to come in your boat. They're coming in your boat. But yeah, up there where you guys are at, I'd say it gets a lot colder down here. So the alligators are still up there, but I don't think they would be as plentiful as they are down here. The farther south you get, the more saturated you get with the alligators.
Yeah, because it's warmer down there. Which they're probably all over the freshwater up here, but it being so cold, they're just laying dormant.
Right. When the water temperature gets to a certain temperature, they hibernate. Oh, that's like the alligator attack that we were talking about. What is it, yesterday or day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday.
It's yep. It's also getting ready to go into mating.
Yep. That's
But
what the
I don't know.
guy at the Gator show was saying. It's officially mating season for alligators. So they're hella more aggressive right now.
I'll tell you, if you ever get out on a boat, you'll never forget the sound of an alligator bellowing, especially during mating season. The big males, they get to
Mm-hmm.
bellowing so hard that the water literally bounces off the back of the alligator. It's just like you know, it's like somebody turned on a shower and is just dousing the back of the alligator because the water is bouncing up that rapid. It is just, well, let's go see. We're right here. Let's go see. Well,
Yankee, Miss Shelley.
cancel.
I saw Lee came in. I'm watching the maintenance crew clean the beach.
There you
Well,
go.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Miss Shelley. Another one will be released in about an hour. I don't know, audio.
Yeah, the video that your mama's video comes out tonight, you'll like it.
I will. Hopefully, I'll be back home in time so I can just sit down and binge watch all my stuff.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I can show you that one. It's a short. Show you that one. Yeah,
That's weird. They put our chairs on a different place today than they usually do. What are you doing, Cookie?
I'm trying to get this thing to share, and it's not want to. It's driving me nuts. Oh wow! There. Where did it? Why isn't it showing it? Stop sharing. Share tab. I am. It's saying it's supposed to share it. There he is. Watch this guy.
He's a baby.
Oh, okay.
It's a swamp puppy.
But see his
I
back.
pet the baby.
Yes.
That is. It's
Big
unreal. It is unreal. Those guys. And when you hear it, usually you don't see them. Usually you just hear them. They'll be up in the cattails, and you don't want to be around during mating season. Why are you doing that? You're supposed to. Oh,
I want to pet the babies. I wanted so bad to hold one of those babies at Gator Beach the other day.
there we go.
I was just like, hand me a baby. I want to hold the baby.
Oh, did you see where our stream we're sharing our monetary stuff with the creators of music?
I did not.
Yes. Char's video at the very beginning, that song she played. It didn't strike us or nothing. It just whatever we make off of it is being shared with the creator. So I just went and cut that little 10 seconds out.
Well, then, I guess I need to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that little symbol meant.
Yeah, the
I was
one
like,
where it's
what
like
is this?
like it goes like that.
The little arrows, yeah.
Yeah, that means that you're not in trouble. You're just anything you make off of that video is being shared with the original creator of that music. So you can go into your editing tool and you can just tell it to snip out that little piece of music. That way it doesn't snip out anything in the video, just that little piece of music. Because yeah. I did mine last. Yep, it went. It's. Let's see. Did it fix it? I did it last night. Yep, it fixed it. It's back to the green. So now you know when you have one of those little chong.
Right. I assumed it was making you and I share.
No, it was because the music Shar had in her video at the very beginning. I don't know who created it. I don't know where she got it. Anyway, it was for her because of her, which is okay. You know, I wished it would have let her have the money, but I would have
agree.
left it on. Yeah,
Exactly.
I would have left it on if it was giving her the money, but it's not giving her the money. It's giving the Blue. Come on, man.
Now that would be cool if those of us creators could share the income, especially us being dual screen, where we could share it. Or like when we use Skipper stuff or we use Shara stuff, they make income too by us sharing it.
Well, they do because they're making money off of us sharing their actual stuff because they're getting. Come on, Blue, stop, man. No. He's having a problem with my mouse. Anyway.
Babies!
Yeah, he's attacking it. I don't know what his deal
Come
is.
here.
Anyway.
Pelicans, you, here. Come here.
Go grab one of them leftover French fries.
I want a pelican.
Can I take a pelican home with me?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Then FWC will be hunting you down. They'll put you up there on the most wanted list with Lyra Nut.
Over a fucking bird?
Yep, over a bird.
Don't they fly south for winter anyway?
Yeah. I don't think pelicans do, though. Pelicans and seagulls, I think they stay here year round. It's your ducks and some of your smaller birds, I think, that fly south or north during the winter. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure pelicans and
Seagulls.
those guys stay here.
Well, apparently Tennessee has their own seagulls.
Right.
Which I found odd. I had never seen them until we moved to Winchester, which is a lake town, so that makes sense.
Right. All right. Man.
A lot of humans walking the beach today in the cold.
Do you realize how many flipping videos I have on Rumble now from us streaming every day?
Paul said Georgie is going to have to add more room for her ever-growing animal zoo at home.
Right on. Right on.
Pelicans eat pigeons?
Huh?
Audio said that he has seen pelicans in London at St. James Park in winter. Those things eat pigeons.
Wow. I didn't know that. What is a channel on Rumble? I have to do some research on that.
I know nothing about Rumble.
I don't either. It says channels, my channels. I don't have any channels. I don't know what a channel, unless it's like a playlist. I have to talk to Skipper Man on that one. Dashboard. All right, we've got.
Audio said there's videos of pelicans eating pigeons on YouTube.
Wow. Wow.
I just love animals, okay? And that's something, it's either on today's video or tomorrow's. It might be tomorrow's video. I was pissed. They had, at that Discovery Science thing that we took the kids to yesterday, they had 2 bearded dragons and an iguana in a tank. And all 3 of them looked sickly and sad and not taken care of properly. And I was pissed. I'm losing Coop in the Rumble Dungeon.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I just found this the other day. I know it's over 50 videos that are over here now. See, you can see stuff on your phone that you can't see. Anyway, I'm done with that. I'm back. So what are we talking about? Seagulls eating, or not seagulls.
Yeah, pelicans eating pigeons.
Pelicans eating seagulls or eating pigeons.
Pigeons.
Well, they got to eat something. So
I thought they were strictly on a fish diet. I didn't know they eat other birds. That's cannibalism.
I didn't know either.
That's cannibalism.
I didn't know either. Oh, yes, I fell down a rabbit hole. Now I'm catching up on you guys. We hit the 2-hour mark.
Yes, we did. I'm fixing to have to go get dressed. Get
Yep,
these children ready to go to the
Well,
zoo.
our whole stream was derailed today, right from the get-go. But I think we had some good conversations. What do you think?
We did.
Yes. I'm happy with the chat as always. They've been awesome. Audio coffee. There's a video somewhere of a gull eating an entire hot dog. Oh yeah, they are seagulls are scavengers down here. They will eat anything that they can get in their mouth because everything they see they think is food. Paul, I don't know. I don't know about pelicans eating other stuff. I thought they only ate fish, but hey, apparently they eat pigeons too. So there is that.
Look that up later.
There is that. Maybe they'll come down. One of them will come down and eat Blue.
What?
Oh, he got to go on his first ride last night.
Oh yeah.
Since we brought him home. Yeah, see, their wings are clipped now. Well, he's been real clingy to me here lately. And we had to run down the street. We were only gone for a few minutes. So both of them were on my shoulder. So instead of locking them up because of Daisy, he just took her with us. And he was a little nervous because it wasn't pitch black outside, but it was dusk. But once we got in the car, he was cool. I think he liked it.
What did Skipper do, Sam?
I don't know.
Grief, Skipper. I don't know.
I don't even see Skipper's comment unless it's way back here.
He's probably behind. Oh, my toesies are cold.
Okay, give him your spiel, girl. We're going to get off of here, and you can take the kiddos to have some fun. I can do
And make
chicken
more
duty.
content.
I can do chicken duty and get ready for Mama to come home here shortly.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Make sure you are subscribed to me and Coop. And we will be back in the morning. Remember, guys, you are one of a kind and never let anyone dim your light. Bye, guys.
All right, chat. You've been awesome. Mods have been fantastic as always. Skipper's been in and out of the chat having fun today, I see. Always a pleasure having Skipper around, and Georgie and I will say goodbye.
Low down in the swamp where the gators creep, there's an alligator and an owl digging in deep. Georgie and Coop on the mic they stay, breaking down cases in their own kind of way. Big cup of coffee, Coop's got the facts, Georgie's taking notes, ain't holding back. From shady attorneys to courtroom lies, they pull receipts, expose the disguise. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Late night streams, deep in the case, judge rolling eyes at the lawyer disgrace. Coop shakes his head, man, this ain't right. Georgie's laughing hard, he's losing the fight. Breaking it down, no fluff, just facts. They keep it 100, no turning back. From perjury papers to courtroom schemes, they crack the code, exposing the themes. Georgie and Coop, truth on display, doing what they do, talking every day, digging through files, calling out fraud. Justice don't sleep, not even for us. Some folks hate, but they ain't gonna stop. Goon Squad strong, taking it to the top. With every stream, another truth unfolds. No fake news, just stories told. From big nose lawyers to blue bucket queens, they seen it all, know what it means. Staying on point, exposing the lies. Georgie and Coop got truth in their eyes. So pull up a chair, grab you a seat. Another case down, ain't missing a beat. When the court's adjourned and the story